Alright guys, welcome back to the Pokémon Fire Red Let's Play in slow English. If you're an intermediate English learner, this video is designed for you. This series is designed for you. Let us see how our Pokémon are doing. We have Seed Boy, Bird, and Nido all looking good, all just around the same level, which is nice to see. And in this episode, we're going to take on the SSN. We're going to set sail. Well, is my hair messed up here? What's going on? It doesn't matter. We're going to board the SSN, and we're going to battle some sailors, I guess, or some people who are just on the cruise. The SSN is a famous luxury cruise ship. It visits Vermilion once a year. And the reason he says that is because he wants you to know that it's not coming back. We're only going to get to see the ship one time. Do you have a ticket? Well, of course I have a ticket. Why would I not have a ticket? I'm here, aren't I? All right, let's continue. And here we have the tiny little ship. This ship looks like it's big enough to have about 6 of me on it, but I hope it opens up when we get inside. And of course, as we all know, it opens up. All right. The passengers are restless from this long voyage. You might be challenged by the more bored ones. Interesting. Alright, so I know that the rival is on this ship, up next to where the captain is, upstairs somewhere. So I think the best thing we can do is start from the lowest level and work our way up as we battle more trainers. I think there's a place to heal on this boat. I'm just not exactly sure where it is. I just totally checked that without even thinking. I just instinctively checked that. And there's a hyper potion. Not even a super potion, guys. A hyper potion. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 1 here. Alright, we have 2 men with 1 bed. 2 men with 1 bed. Alright, so Seed Boy is in front. I think this fisherman probably has mostly water Pokemon. So Ivysaur probably should be able to take care of him pretty easily. As I said, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I remember now that Ivysaur evolves into Venusaur somewhat early. I think level 32, maybe 34. So in this episode or the next episode, Seed Boy might evolve. And that would be very cool. That would be very cool. Yeah, so if he just has water Pokemon, he's probably going to be cut up by my Razor Leafs pretty convincingly, which is exactly what is happening. Alright, Fisherman Barney sent out Staryu. Probably a one-shot on Staryu as well. Let's find out. I don't think starfishes have the best defense. Staryu is a starfish. That's the real-life animal. Darn, I let that one get away. That's like a fishing thing. He's like making a fishing joke. Alright, now let's battle his boyfriend and see what his boyfriend has. Matey, you're walking the plank if you lose. That's kind of dramatic and also kind of weird because we're docked. Usually you don't walk the plank when you're docked. Alright, he has Machop. I think we should just switch into Bird. Let's switch into Bird. Bird should be able to handle Machop pretty readily. Maybe we can kill him with 1 gust. Let's find out. Not bad, not bad. Alright, he's gonna lower our defense, but we really don't care. We're just gonna use 1 more gust, and that should be it. Alright, awesome. Alright, Machop fainted. We got 187 experience points between both of our Pokemon. R, beaten by a kid. Yes, but a really powerful kid. A kid who's actually being controlled by a 27-year-old man. So don't feel too bad about yourself. Alright, door number 2. Let's see what we got. Another sailor. Oh, he saw me. Even us sailors have Pokemon too. Well, I assume you guys do, because it seems like most people in the Pokemon world have at least 1 Pokemon. Alright, Razor Leaf isn't going to be super effective against Tentacool, but it still should do a good amount of damage. Let's see. It almost took him out in 1 shot. He's using Constrict. Constrict to me looks like, when I think of the move Constrict, I think of a horrible move. Like, I think it's like one of the worst moves in the game. Like, whenever I see Constrict happen, I'm so not scared about that move. Like, I think it does 10 damage, like something so low. It's like Wrap and all those like really low damage moves. That was a good level up right there. We got some good stats. And we got 576 for winning. Not bad from the Sailor. Alright, what is this? TM44 Rest. Now, Rest is a really good move. I really like Rest. Let's see who can learn it. I think a lot of Pokemon can learn Rest. Like, I think it's one of the TMs that most Pokemon can learn, as we see here. Everybody is able to learn Rest. So, we won't use it now, but it probably will be a good thing to have for the future. That's going to be a good pickup for us. Alright, door number 3. We're plowing along here, guys. Alright, this guy saw me right when I entered his room. The other guy took a little bit of time before he saw me. This guy is much more alert than the other guy. Alright. He's going to send out Horsey. Horsey is probably going to get one-shotted by Razor Leaf. Let's find out. And he gets one-shotted. If you only have water Pokemon, you're probably not going to be able to face me. Alright, this guy has another Horsey, the exact same level as his first Horsey. So, he likes diversity, guys. He's a diverse guy. That's sarcasm. Just to make it clear, because I know you guys aren't native speakers. Alright, Horsey... How diverse? Another Horsey at the exact same level. This man has a team of 3 Horsies, all at the exact same level. And guess what? Razor Leaf kills every single one of them in one shot. That guy needs to get some new Pokemon. Alright, what is this? Ether. Alright. Ether might help us maybe. I mean, probably not, but better than nothing, guys. Better than nothing. Alright, what about these guys? Do these guys want to battle? Yes, they do. Another room with 1 bed and 2 guys. What kind of cruise did we walk into here, guys? What kind of cruise is this? Okay, and more Horsies. They love their Horsies, these sailors. They have Horsey and they have, I think, Shelder. Or that could have been the fisherman who had Shelder. I think some of these sailors have Machops. Let's see. No, they have Shelders as well. I think Shelder is a little bit better than Horsey because I've seen these guys use Icicle Spear. And that's not a bad move. Plus, it's Ice type. So it can actually probably hurt us a little bit. Alright, Seed Boy is leveling up pretty quick, which is nice to see. Because as we said, Seed Boy can turn into Venusaur at level 32. So we're doing good. Sailor Duncan was defeated. And we get a little bit of money for beating the Sailor. How about you? You know what they say about sailors and battling. I guess he's going to tell us a joke if we win or if we lose. I don't know. Let's find out. So he has 1 Shelder. Again, probably not going to stand up to the Razor Leaf. Oh, well, if Razor Leaf misses, I guess he could probably survive. But that's the only way. Alright, now Razor Leaf again and see what we get. Ooh, he just hung on by a little thread. He just hung on by a little bit of HP. Alright. So now he's gone. Let us see if we can get a decent amount of XP. Yeah, he's gonna level up pretty quick, I think. Player defeated Sailor Leonard. Right, good battle, mate. Wasn't he supposed to tell us a joke? Ha ha ha, I want to be a sailor, mate? He said he was gonna tell us, he made it seem like he was gonna tell us a joke. Wow, we only have 1 more room on the bottom floor. We're really going through these sailors fast. My buddy Machoke is super strong. He has enough strength to move big rocks. Alright, good for you. I'm gonna steal the super potion that you have on your table. Thank you very much, and now I'm going to leave. I guess the people don't mind that we're just taking their stuff. Maybe they have so much stuff they could stand to lose some stuff. All right, what's in here? Old man, what's up? I am but a solitary traveler. My sole companions are friends. Oh, my bad. My sole companions and friends are Pokemon I caught on my journeys. What a great, I don't even know what to say to that dialogue. All right, well, it makes sense. He travels with his Pokemon that are his companions, and he has a Growlithe, which is a dog. And dogs are great companions, so that makes sense. He travels with his dogs, okay. Not much to say about this guy. He's just an old guy with two Pokemon, one of which are dogs. One of which is a dog. Maybe both are dogs. We will find out. All right, Horn Attack. Yeah, we switched into Nido for two reasons. One, we got intimidated, and two, Seed Boy is grass type. And the Growlithe is going to be a little bit too much for him. All right, two Growlithes, two dogs. This guy, not only does he have two dogs, he has two dogs that are the same exact species of Pokemon. But now that I think about it, I think in Generation 1, there's only one dog Pokemon. I could be wrong about that, but I think there's only one dog. If you guys remember in the comments, let me know. Because as time goes on, more and more dogs are added to the list of Pokemon. But in Gen 1, I think it's just Growlithe and obviously the thing he evolves into. Arcanine. I've never known how to pronounce its name. My friends. Look how much money we get. You know why? It's because he's rich. Look at, he looks rich, right? $1,296 because he's rich. All right, he has nothing more to say to me, so let's go to the next room. What is up, my friend? You look tired. Would you like to take a short rest? So this is the healer. This person can heal us, which is gonna be really nice. That means we don't actually have to leave the ship if we need to be healed. All right. Oh, this guy saw me right off the bat. You insolent pup. How dare you barge in? I do think it's odd that some people, seem to not care I just walked into their room. This guy's reaction is more understandable, in my opinion. This is probably how I would react if some random person walked into my room. All right, let's go into Nido. The only reason I don't want to stay in with Seed Boy is because Seed Boy only really has one good attack, and it's a grass attack, and it's not very effective on Nidoran. Let's see how much our Horn Attack does to him. Wow, that's almost a one-shot. Whereas he is only doing 2 damage to us. All right, cool. Got some experience points. What's your next Pokemon? Another Nidoran. We're just gonna stay in and use the same Horn Attack move. Looking good. It would have been cool to get a female Nidorino, like a Nidorina, and get a Nidoqueen. I don't know which one I like more. I don't know if I like Nidoking or Nidoqueen more. They both look cool. Wow, that guy gave us even more money than the last guy did. We're gonna be rolling in money by the time we're done with this cruise ship. Waiter, I would like a cherry pie, please. Somehow she thinks a 10-year-old kid is a waiter. Bonjour. I am le waiter on this ship. All right, so he's French, so he's gonna say le, like le strong. All right, well, I want to tell him there's a girl in there who's looking for cherry pie, but I don't seem to be able to tell him that there's a girl in there who wants cherry pie. He should go do his job, though. All right, what's up? Looks like a dad and a little girl in this room. A world cruise is so elegant, yet so cozy. This little girl's not gonna battle me. I always travel with my Wigglytuff. I never leave home without it. And what does this thing say? Poo-poo, poo-poo. That's my imitation of the sound I just read there. All right, these guys definitely want to battle. You can tell they want to battle when they're looking in all weird directions. That's how you can tell that they want to battle you. All right, he has a Nidoran. I'm gonna switch out into Nido myself, and I'm gonna use Horn Attack just like we did last time. Yeah, I think he only has, like, not very effective moves. He might have Peck. But Peck really isn't going to really hurt us anyway, so there's really nothing to worry about, especially if we get a critical hit. That's very good. Alright, I also noticed that Bob, our Meowth, has an item he picked up. Let me check what item he has. He has a Chesto Berry. Another crappy berry that I really don't want, but they might come in handy at the Elite Four. Because in the Elite Four, you know, we actually probably need to have some items we give our Pokemon, so they have good items to use. But we're talking about the Elite Four, and the Elite Four isn't going to be for another, like, 30 episodes or so. So, yeah, we probably don't have to be thinking about the Elite Four this early on. But berries are good, just in case, like, we battle a trainer who we're kind of scared of. Because berries can heal you. Berries, wow. That Pidgey just... Wow. How did that do so much damage? That looked like a lot of damage. From a tiny Pidgey. Alright, Nidoran, let's just Horn Attack. I don't think he can do much damage to us, guys. Yeah, he's just gonna scratch us. That's nothing to worry about. We're gonna finish him off with Horn Attack and then finish up this battle. Nido gets 226 experience points. We like to see that. And player defeated Lass Ann. Lass is such a funny word. Lass is like kind of like a Scottish or British word for like, ooh, brick break. Yeah, lass is like a Scottish or British word for kind of just means girl. Kind of just means girl. Can anybody learn brick break? I'm not sure because, yeah, nobody really has any arms on my team. I'm kind of surprised that Bob can't learn brick break. And kind of surprised that Nido can't. But I'm sure when Nido becomes Nido King, he'll definitely be able to learn Brick Break. We are cruising around the world, my children and I. I had no idea that these were her children. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. Alright, last door. Who's this guy? Shh, I'm a global police agent. I'm on the trail of Team Rocket. They're up to no good. Did he say secret police agent? No. I mean, he said shh, which makes me think he probably shouldn't be telling this information to some random 10-year-old who just walked into his room. In fact, Team Rocket tried to recruit me before, so for all he knows, maybe I am Team Rocket. Again, whenever I see barrels, I just instinctively try to see if there's stuff in them. Lots of berries. I thought there might be leftovers, but I guess not. One Great Ball. Alright, Great Ball's not bad. These guys look like they don't have anything to say at all. You, mon petit. You, mon petit. We're busy here. Oh, I think that means little in French. Why are they all French? I saw an odd berry in the trash. I wonder what that was. Well, I already grabbed it. I already grabbed your weird trash berries. I'm gonna feed them to my Pokemon. Alright guys, I just went over to grab my drink of choice for today, which is a Porto. It's a Portuguese wine. I've never had it before. It's very sweet. I wasn't expecting it to be so sweet. I was drinking water before, by the way, if you were curious. Alright, let's see what's up here. Our captain is a sword master. He's awesome at using cut. They say he even teaches cut to Pokemon. I remember that. The captain of this ship is gonna give us cut, but only after we beat our rival. Shout out to anybody watching from Portugal. I've never been there. Let us know in the comments if you're from Portugal. I would be interested to know. Alright, let's go into Bird. We should have healed when we were downstairs because Nido is definitely low on health. That did a lot of damage for not being super effective from my level 17 matchup. Wow. I like the wine. I like it. It's good. I know we should be talking about Pokemon. Tentacool. Alright. Let's stay in and just use quick attack. Alright, he's gonna supersonic us. I think we'll just stay in. Only like 50-50 chance we hurt ourselves in confusion. Alright, well, sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes we get unlucky. Luckily, he only has constrict, it looks like, so we actually can't do any real damage to us, it appears. Level 24. Bird is definitely getting up there in levels. Bird is definitely climbing the levels very nicely. Anybody else want to battle me up here? The party's over. Sad. What about you? Hey matey, let's do a little jig. Honestly, I didn't think he would battle me. Just by the way he was walking around, he looked like he wasn't a battling type. Another matchup. Alright, let's switch back into Bird again. And then when we do, it looks like Seed Boy is gonna level up. Switching into Bird. He doesn't want to actually use an attacking move this time. That's fine. That might make his low kick do some serious damage though, maybe. But we will never know because he's gonna have no chance of using low kick. Because he fainted. Alright, not a bad level up. I see a lot of 2s. Nice to see a lot of 2s when he levels up. Shelter, okay, let's go back into Seed Boy. Alright, Seed Boy, finish up the Shelter for us. I just said that in such a... I messed up that entire sentence. What did I say? Finish up that shelter for... Shelter. His name is not Shelter. It's Shelter. Finish up that Shelter for us. I've been so busy talking to myself, I completely missed the fact that he's shooting icicle spears at me. Which is exactly what I warned about in the beginning. That does a lot of damage, but he did hit 5 times. Which almost never happens. How come Bullet Seed never hit that many times? I think when we had Bullet Seed, it only hit 5 times once. Once in our entire playthrough, did Bullet Seed actually hit more than 4 times. Usually it hit like 2 times. So he got really lucky with that Icicle Spear. Unless Icicle Spear actually has a higher chance of hitting more times, who knows, guys, who knows. Alright, what about this guy down here? Woo, scrubbing decks is hard work. I've never seen anybody scrub a deck just by running back and forth in a straight line, but whatever. And this guy feels sick. Yeah, nobody really interesting out there, guys. Alright, the rival I know is like down this way somewhere, right? Yeah, if we go up this way, we're gonna meet the rival. So we still have some doors we still have some people to battle behind these doors, so let's do that. Alright, what about you, buddy? Are you battling me? I've journeyed far and wide, but in all my travels, I've never seen any Pokemon sleep like this one. It was something like this. That is a good-looking Pokemon, guys. I hope we can catch Snorlax. I would definitely be down to catch Snorlax. Alright, maybe this guy wants to battle me. Let's find out. Another room with 2 guys and 1 bed. I swear to God, it's not even just about the connotations of that, but like, where is everybody sleeping? Because wasn't there a family with 1 bed? Where are all the beds? I guess people are sleeping on the floor. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless they're stacked on top of each other. Maybe the beds are like triple bunk beds and we just can't see. Maybe they're bunk beds, guys. Maybe they are bunk beds. Alright, Tentacool. Let's see if we can Razor Leaf him and get 1 shot, please. Very good. Alright. Seed Boy is really leveling up fast. He should hit Venusaur pretty quick. I think he's gonna hit Venusaur this episode or next episode. One of the 2. I wonder if we have to worry about the rival fight. That's why I want to battle every person, just to make sure we're in good shape when we battle our rival. Competing against the young keeps me youthful. Alright. Time to help keep him youthful then, guys, because we're gonna battle him. Alright, Pikachu. Every time I see Pikachu, I don't get scared. I think it's so fragile. Like, it seems like just the smallest hits make it faint. Like, this is probably gonna kill it. I've just noticed that. Pikachu is a very fragile Pokemon. Which is weird because I actually wanted to get him, but now after seeing how fragile he is, I don't think I'd use him. And we got Stardust. I think Stardust is just here to be sold. I think what you do with Stardust is you sell it. A pretty red sand with a loose, silky feel. It can be sold at a high price, yeah. So Stardust, well, we kind of just stole a valuable item then, but it seems like nobody cares when we steal their stuff. So, whatever. Ah, yes, I have seen some Pokemon ferry people across the water. When he says ferry, he means like carry them across the water, like a boat. Small trees can be chopped down using cut. Well, he's not going to give us cut clearly, so it's just useless information to me. All right, how many rooms do we have left? We only have 3 rooms left, guys, before we battle our rival. These look like trainers. You can tell by how they're positioned. I didn't even see what she said. I hope it was something interesting, and you guys can tell me. All right, Rattata. Let's switch into... Oh, we should heal. We should really have healed. I'm worried that Rattata has, like, Hyper Fang and will knock out Nido, so I'm not going to switch into Nido, just because I'm a little bit worried. Yeah, Razor Leaf kills it in one shot anyway, so we don't have much to worry about. 3 HP on that level up, that's pretty good. Alright, another Pikachu. As we know, these things are weak, so I should be able to chop right through it with a nice Razor Leaf. Not bad. Alright, Seaboy, 315 experience for killing a Pikachu. That's a good amount. Alright, let's grab this Pokeball. An X attack. As you guys know, we're not allowed to use items in battle, so we can just sell that. We'll probably just end up selling that X attack. Alright, Gentleman Lamar would like to battle. Gentleman Lamar sent out Growlithe. Alright, we really should have healed, because now, like, we're running out of health here. Let's go into Bird. Or let's go into whatever he wants me to go into. No, I really don't like that. Let's go back into Bird, please. Roar could actually be annoying for us, guys. Alright, he's gonna use Leer. I don't think that does anything for anybody, so I'm not too worried about that. Critical hit on a quick attack. That's gonna be very helpful because I was a little bit worried. Our Pokemon are definitely getting a little bit tired, and we need to heal them for sure. Alright, let's use quick attack. Actually, you know, I really like Ponyta. I would definitely catch this Pokemon, but I know the only issue with Ponyta... Wow, he really cut by attack, jeez. The only issue with Ponyta is it evolves very late. I remember that Ponyta evolves in like the level 30s or 40s. So it's not like, it stays a Ponyta for a long time, which obviously isn't great. Alright, before we continue, let's go back downstairs and let's heal with our friend who had the nice, comfortable bed that she let us lay in. Not this guy. That guy was the mean guy who called us a pup. Which just means puppy. I don't know. That's not really an insult. He said other insulting things. Alright. Let us relax in the bed. And now we're looking refreshed, apparently. Good to hear. Alright. Let's put somebody else in front, because Seed Boy definitely is hogging up all the experience. Let's throw Bird in front, because Bird is actually our lowest level right now. Alright, where were we? Were we on door number 3? No. This is the door we want. The second to last door. The door second to last. Me and my daddy think the Safari Zone is awesome. I wish we could go there again. Have you gone to the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City? There are many kinds of rare Pokemon. I can't wait to get to the Safari Zone, but I know it's gonna be tough because this is a Nuzlocke. The captain said he's awfully sick. By the way, if you don't know what I mean, when I say it's a Nuzlocke, we can only catch the first Pokemon we see, unless we've already caught it. which means that we have to catch all of our Safari Zone Pokemon on the first try. So pretty tough. I'm also not sure how many areas there are in the Safari Zone, so I don't know what's legal or not legal. I'll have to look that up before we get to that point in this Nuzlocke. All right, let's drink some wine before Gary comes down the stairs. Let's see. Yeah, I think Bird is fine to have in front. I don't want to have Ivysaur in front because he could lead with Charmeleon, and that could be bad. Bonjour, Nick. It seems like everybody is French now for some reason. Everybody wants to speak French on this boat. He already caught 40 kinds of Pokemon. All right, well, I'm doing a Nuzlocke, so it's a bit harder for me. He looks so confident here. He's gonna get smashed. All right, I'm a little bit nervous. Oh, level 19. No. I'm no longer nervous, guys. Our levels are much higher than his. It looks like we should be able to take out this Pidgeotto in 3 shots. Or we get a critical hit and we take it out in 2 shots. Level 25. I'll drink to that. Those are good level up stats too. 3 HP, not bad. All right, what else do we have? Raticate. I think we just stay in. Raticate really doesn't scare me. We just got 2 critical hits in a row. I honestly feel bad for the rival. I feel like we're kind of getting lucky, guys. I think we just stay in. Oh my god, we're like destroying this guy's team. This was the easiest rival fight ever. This was the easiest rival fight we've had so far. Literally all we've done so far is spam Quick Attack with Pidgeotto. And I think we continue to do that now. Wow, he still only knows Ember? That's like a really bad move for being level 20. You'd think he'd have a better fire move by level 20. But he's just using Ember. That's not gonna work for him. I think he's gonna lose to Horn Attack. He does have a lot of defense, it looks like, because he... Okay, now we're not playing around, guys, because now I'm burned. Now we have to switch out. And I don't know if Seed Boy can tank an Ember. So I think we have to sacrifice something. I think we have to sacrifice Chiding. Finish the rest of the wine for good luck here. Let's try to hit him with Sand Attack. I doubt we'll be able to. Yeah. That's okay. We're just gonna switch back into Bird, I think. Oh, actually, maybe we should have switched into Seed Boy. And we'll use Quick Attack. Hopefully this kills. All right, good. See, that was a little bit dangerous at the end there. That was a little bit dangerous. But we made it. Player defeated, rival Gary. Humph. At least you're raising your Pokemon. What is that supposed to mean? We got $720. I heard there was a Cut Master on board, but he was just a seasick old man. Cut itself is really useful. I will go see him. All right, guys. Time to go see the captain. All right. Captain. Oh, I feel hideous. Erp. Seasick. Nick rubbed the captain's back. Rub, rub. Rub, rub. I'm rubbing his back. Woo, thank you. I'm feeling so much better now. You want to see my hidden cut technique? I could show you my prized cut technique if I weren't so ill. I know, you can have this. Take this. Well, I know you can have this. This. It looks like he wants to say take this hidden machine, but I don't know. Sometimes the dialogue in this game is really off. Really, odd. Like a mistranslation or something. Want to check the bucket to see what he threw up? Yuck! Shouldn't have looked. Awesome. All right, now we have Cut. Awesome. We did lose Chiding. All right, let's see what Bob picked up. Wow, that's actually a really good item. That actually increases the PP of whatever move we need. Well, it's not really good because it really only increases the PP by like 1. So it's really not that good, but it's not horrible. You can probably sell it for a lot of money, honestly. Do you say anything now? The passengers are all restless from the voyage. I think we already heard him say that. All right, time to leave the ship. All right, now we slowly watch the ship slowly speed away. Again, it looks a lot smaller from the outside. There it goes, off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Goodbye, ship. Goodbye. All right. Oh, I don't even have to walk. It's doing the walking itself. All right, awesome. We beat the SS Anne, and I think if we go back, the ship set sail, so we can no longer visit the SS Anne. How sad. All right. Now we have to release our... Now we have to release our Farfetch'd because we did lose it in the heat of battle against our rival. All right. That means we can add our Ekans to the team. Ekans will be better than Farfetch'd anyway, so I don't mind that too much. I don't think Actually, I probably should have grabbed his stick before I released him. The good thing about Ekans is I think he has Intimidate. Right? Am I right about that? Yeah, he has Intimidate, so that means he's a good person to just switch in, because just switching him in will lower the opponent's attack, which is really, really nice. So if we ever get ourselves in a bind or a situation where we need to sacrifice a Pokemon, we can count on him to sacrifice himself and lower attack while he does. I would train him, but we already have a poison Pokemon. Alright guys, looks like we're about to get inside Surge's gym. I think this is a good place to stop and pick this up next episode. If you liked the video, press the like button. Also remember to subscribe for more. Press the bell notification to get notifications about my content, and I'll see you in the next episode.